Two cents be on point. She be on point, bro. On
Appreciate
point.
it.
Nah, for real.
Appreciate
She
it.
be talking facts. And like
Come
you was the
on, she
first
be
one to
on
say
point.
it too.
Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, we will be discussing the miscommunication between Brian Norman and Boots Ennis. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the video. So, over the past couple of days, there's been this big beef, and I use air quotes, between Brian Norman Jr. and Boots Ennis. And a lot of the beef has to do with Jerron coming out and saying that they sent the offer to Brian Norman and he turned it down. After he said that, the back and forth started. Now, just to give my 2 cents on the Boots and Brian Norman fight, I mean, they're the top two competitors at the 47 division, allegedly, and it's a fight people want to see. There's obviously a demand for it. But my 2 cents is, I don't think that Brian Norman is necessarily ready for a Boots fight. And I feel like I'm a little contradictory when I say that, because it irritates me when you bring up Boots and Crawford fighting and people try to say, who is he for? Who is he for? He ain't for nobody. He not ready for the Crawford fight. And now I feel like I'm saying the same thing with Brian Norman, but my reasoning is a little different. I mean, if they want to fight, hey, get in there and fight. But as far as Brian Norman is concerned, look, he's only 23. He just got the belt. He just got the belt. He was emailed the belt. He wasn't able to compete for the belt. And I don't think that that takes anything away from anybody if they're emailed the belt, because the reason why they're emailed the belt is because the person with the belt doesn't want to fight him. I mean, there's nothing they can do about that. So Brian Norman, I mean, he looks like a good fighter. He looks like he's an up and coming fighter. He didn't look just the greatest in his last two performances. We were able to see him overcome adversity and be able to pull off a win, and that's great for a fighter. But as far as him competing against Boots right now, I just personally feel like it's a little too early. Let's let him get some more fights. Let's let him get some more experience under his belt, and then try to move him into a Boots fight. If they're the two quote unquote best in the division, why do y'all want to see them fight right now? And I hear people say, oh, it's two young fighters. They both in their prime. No, they're not both in their prime. Brian Norman is 23 years old. He's not in his prime. That's just what it is. He's not in his prime. He just got the belt. Let him get some title defenses in. Possibly maybe try to unify if that's an option. Let's not just throw him in there with Boots like right now. Like, and a lot of people are having a hard time with this. In the structure of boxing, you gotta let fights build. You have to. This could possibly be a good payday for both of these guys. I would love to see the fight for undisputed. If they both can stay undefeated, both can keep their belts, both go through the division trying to collect the belts, I would love to see them in an undisputed fight against each other if they're the best in the division. But really, I just wanted to give my 2 cents about that as far as them fighting. But I really think the bigger issue here is not if somebody ducking somebody and this and that. I don't think nobody ducking nobody. If Brian Norman and his team would like to put him in there with Boots right now, go ahead and put him in there. I'm not saying, oh, he don't need to fight. Listen, I don't think the fight needs to happen right now. He's not ready. But if they feel like they're ready, then put him in there. But the real issue that I would like to point out, as for my 2 cents in this video, is there's an issue, or there's something going on with the communication between the teams. Yeah, there's something going on with the communication between the teams. Let's take a listen at what Brian Norman Sr. had to say. So as you can hear from the video, it seems to be, I don't want to say shady, so I'm just going to use the word. It's a lot of miscommunicating going on. The lawyers saying, oh, they didn't get the counter offer and all of this stuff. And Gervonta Tank Davis has tried to let people know that Eddie Hearn was a snake in a suit. Now, I follow all the promoters. I love the business aspect of boxing. It's very interesting to me. I love how it works. So I follow all the promoters. And when Gervonta said that, I'm like, what does he mean by snake in a suit? I'm curious to know. So Eddie Hearn has been pulling in a lot of American quote unquote star fighters lately. And I'm interested to see how he will handle them. And this is going to be another video because I have a lot of things that I want to say about Eddie Hearn and what's been going on with him, with the new American boxers he's got, and all the promises he's making of making them a star. And that's just another video. But Tank Davis told y'all that Eddie Hearn was a snake in a suit. What does that mean? And so now it's coming to the forefront that all of a sudden there's these miscommunications with Ennis and Norman's team as far as making a fight. Now, I don't know if they expected Bozy and Norman Sr. to hop on the phone and have a conversation about what was going on. I don't know if they expected that. So their card has kind of been pulled a little bit. What's going on with the communications? Like, how your lawyers don't know we sent the counter offer? How they don't know what's going on? How now I'm like, all right, y'all sent another offer. Boom. What's the final offer? This one a little better, but it ain't what I want it to be. What's the final offer? Now ain't nobody heard nothing back. So before we get into the name calling and the duck talk of this fighter and that fighter, and I say this a lot of the times, people want to call stuff a duck, but it's usually the business of boxing that's going on behind the scenes that a lot of people aren't educated about or aware of or just simply don't care about, is the reason why these fights are not happening. For the most part, nobody's really ducking nobody. We kind of have to get a definition and define what a duck really is. What a duck really is, because if I send you an offer and you turn it down because I'm not ready to fight you yet, I'm not in a place to fight you yet, the money isn't right, the circumstances aren't right, the terms you want me to agree to are not right, that's not a duck. That's not a duck. That's just the business not working out at this moment for us to be able to fight. And it's looking like in this situation, that's what's going on. But also, we have to look at what's really going on with Eddie Hearn and his team with the communication to these people. Like, are they playing games? Are they trying to appease their client? Are they trying to appease Bozy and Boots? Like, hey, yeah, we sent them the contract. They turned it down. You know, like, let's just say we did something just so we can appease them to make them happy. And, oh, here we go. We're going to slap Karen in your face type of situation. But let me know what you think about the Boots Norman situation and about Eddie Hearn. Do y'all feel like he being a little snaky? Let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. Follow me on IG at 2 Cents Boxing and follow me on X at 2 Cents 20. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next video.